Hey guys, it's Candy coming back to you with another video, and yes, of course, it's another crochet braid video because you already know how we do over here. Alright, so for today's video, I'm going ahead, like you already see me doing, I'm going ahead to just start the braiding process, and I'm braiding her hair in a very basic, simple braid pattern for today's look. We are not going to go ahead and use that versatile braid pattern that I usually use and that you guys are familiar with if you've been following my channel. And by the way, if it's your first time watching, thank you guys so much for watching. And I am so grateful for the overwhelming support in recent times. The videos have been doing great. Viewerships have been going up. So shout out to you guys. And for my oldies but goodies, you already know what it is. Team Natural Hair Dynamics over here. All right, so yeah, I'm going ahead and braiding it and curving the braid all the way over to the other side. And then once I get that done and that out of the way, what I'm going to do with the rest of the hair is basically braid all the way back. But there is one variation or one special thing that I want you guys to pay attention to, and that will be your game changer for making the hair look nice and full and providing the coverage that you will need for this style. Yes. All right, so just going ahead, like I mentioned, braiding all the way back, and I will, draw your attention to the part of the process that I want you guys to take special note of. All right, so now we're at that part, and this is where I will be doing her knotless parting or her invisible parting. And of course, for a parting, you're separating the hair into two sections, one on the left of the part and one on the right of the part. No, I'm just clipping off the one on the left of the part and working with the portion on the right towards the right of the parting. However, I'm not gonna be going straight back with the braid. I'm just going to be braiding that first portion only about a quarter way down. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be switching it, curving that braid and creating like a crisscross or a bypass over to the row previous to it. So that row that you already see sectioned off to the left of the one that I'm braiding, I'm just going to, curve this one and join it with that other row. So it's going to be creating somewhat of a overlap or a crisscross. You'll see what I mean. And another thing to note, guys, is that at the end of each braid, what you're going to be doing is just joining the previous braid with the one that you're braiding at the time, so that you end up with only one braid once you get to the end of the process. So everything is interlocked into the other, and then you are good to go. Neater braiding process, and you don't have to worry about it being too bulky. Alright, so now I'm doing that other row, and of course you have to cross that one over to the row on the right to create the effect that I was explaining to you guys. And for this style, you want to make sure that your part is not too wide. If the part is too wide, then you will have this big, wide, gaping looking part. You want your part to look nice and natural. So this is basically the last braid that we're doing, and you will see once I get to the end of it that all of the remaining hair that is hanging from other braids to the right and the left of it, I will join with this one. So as I mentioned before, it will create one ending braid for a neater outlook, or a neater outcome, sorry. And guys, some people may think that it's not important to make your braid pattern neat. Some people just throw some braids in, maybe 6 or so braids, but I personally believe that the neater the foundation of the style, the better the style will turn out. That's just me. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. And once that is braided, then I just take my crochet tool and just weave that one braid underneath the rest of the cornrows, just to disguise it and secure it. Some people go ahead and use a needle and thread to sew it down, but to be honest, it's not necessary, because your hair, your braiding here will actually secure it once you're doing that process. Alright, so this is how it looks, and these are the crisscrosses that I was explaining to you guys about on top. I did 6 of them, 3 rows of crisscrosses. Yes, so that's how they turn out. And this is our hair of choice for today, our Boho Kinky Junior by Freetress. And I believe it's 12 inches, and it feels and looks amazing. And guys, we're gonna go ahead and start off the process by just inserting the crochet tool and attaching the hair, pulling it through, and then creating multiple loops. But what I quickly realized is that I didn't need to make half as many loops that I did, because this hair actually secures quite easily. Some crochet hair doesn't, but thankfully this one does. But I will show you guys up close and personal how it is done, so you know, don't mind me going fast at this beginning stage. I will actually show you closer how it's done. Alright guys, so I went ahead and installed quite a few rows, and now I'm almost at the middle. And what I'm trying to do is to install the hair closely together, because you do not want for when you are wearing your hairstyles for you to have any feelings of insecurity or vulnerability, because it's not a comfortable feeling. You want for when you're wearing a hairstyle, you can feel confident that what's going on in the back is something that will not be an embarrassment to you. So do not be very sparse with how you install the hair, and then when the wind blows, then you're seeing nothing but cornrows and you're not seeing enough hair to fold them in. So I'm being very careful to do so, and especially when I'm doing a client's hair, I do not play, guys. When I will skip around, doing my hair perfectly, I always try to put out the effort to make sure that I do my very best with installing for a client. Alright, so now we're actually getting closer to the front. I'm on this very side, and again, like I said, like I always say, I'm like a broken record. Crochet installation is a matter of repetition. So if you get the process, if you understand the whole step or the process that it takes for you to install one, then you're pretty much well on your way. Now, one thing that I want to point out is that for the very front ones, I went ahead and did somewhat of a knotless method for that installation, just for the very front ones. And so the knotless method just involves you pulling through one piece of the hair instead of both. I just go ahead and pull through only one strand of the hair, leaving the other one loose. So when I'm creating my knot and pulling the hair through, I'm just pulling through one piece. Then go ahead and tighten it, and then what should happen is that once you release the hair, it will give the hair more coverage and give it more of an invisible or knotless look in the front. So that's what I did. Now, in order to ensure that the hair does not slip, I just take tiny pieces from each side and just make 2 tiny knots just to secure them in place, because I'm not doing multiple knots like I would if I was doing a regular install. I'm doing just one knot when I'm doing it with the invisible method. I'm confusing myself just listening to that, but I hope you understand. Alright guys, so now for the moment of truth, I am at that point where I'm going to actually be creating that knotless part. This is where she has opted to wear her parting on the left side. So again, the same thing that I mentioned before. What you're going to do is insert the crochet tool upward. It makes a huge difference if you do it downward. You will not get the effect that you're looking for. So you insert it upward, and once you pull the hair through, remember I mentioned that you only knot one piece of the hair. So when you create that loop and you pull the hair through, you're only pulling through one piece of the hair, and then the other piece will just fall over and give it that knotless look. So you're not going to be seeing the knots at all. The knot is created underneath that piece of hair that falls over. So you can see me trying to separate one piece from the next, and creating that knot with one piece while pulling the other piece to fall over that knot that you created. And then remember, don't forget to pick off those 2 tiny pieces to create 2 knots, just to give you that peace of mind that your hair will not be slipping out. And guys, by now you might have realized that I am a Jamaican, and as such sometimes my Jamaican patois, my language, my Jamaican vernacular becomes more dominant than I would want it, because I want everybody to be understanding what I am saying. But sometimes we already know, you don't know how it go when you're Jamaican. You have to talk the things. Oh god, hot mess. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead now with the process. Yes, fall over, and you already start to see what I'm talking about. You're not seeing a bunch of knots as you would if you did a regular install. All right, so yeah, almost at the finish line. Again, just for reinforcement class, insert upwards, attach, close the latch hook, pull it through, hold the loop, pull one side of the hair through the loop, get that other part out the way, double knot it, tighten it, and the one on top will fall over the knot below. Of course, you're going to pinch off a tiny piece of the hair and a tiny piece from the other side. Tie them together twice, and you have that peace of mind. Okay? Okay. Alright guys, and there you have it. We are all done, and as I said before, I love the texture of the hair, and it's giving me a braid out vibe. The whole texture of the hair is just, you know, giving me that twist out / braid out vibe. Now I'm kind of going in and trimming off any, you know, frizzes that might be at the end. It didn't need much at all. This hair is just, I think Freetress got this one down pack. Yeah, they scored big with this one, because this Freetress Boho Kinky Junior is everything if you're going for a curly kinky afro look. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking and staying with my channel and watching my videos and commenting and liking, and more importantly subscribing. Yes, continue to do so. Remember guys, we post on Wednesdays and on Saturdays, so be sure to keep it locked and stay tuned for many more videos to come. Alright, until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, walk good. Natural Aerodynamics says so. Peace.